I have no idea how to do an intro, so I figured I'd just introduce us. I'm Aidan, this is Josh. We never introduced ourselves last episode, and let's just get on with it.
Straight to it, man.
You know what I realised?
What?
I'm in the exact same clothes as last episode.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I'm legit wearing the same stuff.
It's fine.
Because I wear the same jumper, like, pretty much every day.
Yeah.
And I wear the same long pants pretty much every day. And I just, like, when I need to wash them. Because, like, long pants and a jumper, you don't really need to wash.
Yeah, I've worn these pants a couple of times.
So...
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
I promise you this is another day. We didn't record this on the same day.
Oh, yeah, we actually didn't.
Legit another day.
It's crazy, though.
I promise. You can tell because the background's changed.
Hint, hint.
Hint,
Winky,
hint,
winky.
Hint, hint. Sponsored by Dick Smith.
Facts, bro.
Funny word. Alright, so, did you know that Mr. Beast hit 100 million subscribers?
I actually didn't. Wow.
Yeah, so he hit 100 million subscribers just the other day, which is insane. It's insane
crazy.
to me. Like, 100 million people subscribe to his channel. Can you imagine? Just try to picture 100 million people.
Like stadiums fit up to about 60,000.
Think of the biggest stadium you can think
80,000, biggest one.
Think of the MCG.
80,000.
80,000. Like, 80,000 people.
It's crazy.
And that's not even...
100,000. Not even a million.
It's not even 1% of what he has. It's not even 0.1% of how many subscribers he has.
There's 25 million people in Australia, so we're about a quarter of Mr. Beast's subscribers.
He's 4 times the population of Australia. You know, in the US election, the 2 candidates, Joe Biden and President expert. Can we cut that out, Aidan? We're actually going to cut this out.
I'm playing.
You know, in the US election, Donald Trump and Joe Biden, both of them got between 50 and 80 million votes. Mr. Beast has 100 million subscribers.
That's crazy.
Insane. And that's only on one of his channels. That's on one of his channels. He has Mr. Beast Gaming, Mr. Beast Reacts, Beast Shorts, and he has something like some crazy amount of different languages he has it in. So he has Mr. Beast in Espanol, and he hires like dub artists.
What?
Yeah, he has Mr. Beast in Russian, in Chinese, like all these different things. So he has like such a big reach. But anyway, so he put out a video. I'm not sure. Did you watch Mr. Beast much?
Funny enough, I used to a long time ago. I was probably in his 1 million to 2 million sort of area subscribers. Yes.
Wow.
I watched him a long time ago. I used to actually remember he used to do videos that were kind of clickbait. Back then, he used to do.
He did.
And I still remember watching his maybe not 1 million, maybe like 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. I remember seeing those videos where it was like the subscriber specials. Yeah. Shout out to a guy named Tyler Oliveira, who's now also got 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
At the time, he only had like 10K, 5,000. He actually won one of the challenges and competed in one of the games Mr. Beast had for his 5 million special. And now this guy has, I followed him as well through that when he only had like 10K or whatnot.
Wow.
And I don't really watch him, but I've seen now he's got like over 1 million, this guy.
Oh my gosh.
So,
okay, so you were watching around then. I was probably between 5 and 10 million is when I subscribed. And because he's just gone exponential recently.
It's true.
It's not that long ago that he was less than even Dude Perfect.
Yeah.
Dude Perfect has just over 50 million. And for ages, they were the biggest subscribed to channel. Anyway, he put out a video this week for his 100 million special. I thought it was really interesting because he chose to not do what he usually does. He usually does something with the number of subscribers linked to what he gives away.
Yep.
So like giving away 1 million pennies, I'm pretty sure he did, or like 2 million cookies or stuff like that. I can't remember exact specifics, but this one he decided to give away a private island, which I thought was interesting because he's already given away a private island.
Yeah.
He gave one away a while ago.
Wasn't it a challenge? It was a challenge. And they didn't... I saw something like he didn't get the island because he wasn't subscribed to Mr. Beast. I don't know if that was it. But I saw...
Yeah. One guy didn't get the island because he wasn't subscribed. But yeah,
which is crazy.
Chandler
the PewDiePie. It was the PewDiePie, not Mr. Beast.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You had to be subscribed to PewDiePie.
Yeah. Anyway, so... Which, he had 100 contestants, which, I understand. But I just thought it was, really interesting that for his 100 million subscriber special, he chose to not use that format. You'd think that for all your loyal fans, you'd go with this format that you know has worked and everyone loves. And like, don't get me wrong, the video was like awesome. It was such a good video. But I think, and this is like something I want to address, is that the beastification of YouTube has created almost this like lameness around challenges. Like Airac gave away $10,000 and I was just kind of like, it's just 10 grand. But like, if I got 10 grand, that'd be insane,
bro.
But like, because Beast has
give me 10 grand right now, man. I'll go buy a car. I'll go buy whatever. For real.
But like, because Beast has just gone so exponential with his stuff, and like, don't get me wrong, his videos are incredible and amazing, but like, it just didn't feel like it hit that next barrier. And I think like that's one of the reasons I love vlogs so much, is because it's like there's no expectation, it's just rawness and realness. And yeah, I don't know, it's just something that I've noticed industry wide across YouTube has been happening. Like, there are people all across YouTube who are saying like, I'm getting bored of watching challenge videos. So like Colin and Samir, who are about to hit 1 million subscribers, which like, good on them. I was watching them at 70k.
Oh yeah.
And they're about to hit 1 million, and they've grown really, really quick, and they've just like really found their niche. They're doing awesome content. But one of the things they're saying is like, making content like Mr. Beast is really hard to continuously do. And that's why, did you watch Ryan Trahan's Penny series?
I have not seen that.
Okay, so basically Ryan Trahan tried to cross America, so all the way from California to where Mr. Beast is in North Carolina, using a penny. So all the profits had to come from a penny. He had 30 days to do it. It was insane. And he posted a video every single day. And instead of having like the Beast style craziness of his challenges, he did like these really simple mundane tasks, but like made the mundaneness fun through the way he edited it. I don't know, it was just cool.
One thing I'll say on Mr. Beast is he reminds me of a sort of athlete that is not always the most talented, but they're really the hardest worker.
Yeah.
Like, if you saw Mr. Beast, I remember his early videos, like he's always kind of, I guess he's always kind of had the creativity.
Yeah.
His original videos, him saying a word 10,000 times, 100, like, before anyone else ever did that. But like, what people don't see is behind the scenes and the hard work he's put in.
100%.
Like, this man didn't ever look like giving up, and the amount of effort he put into his videos, even in the earlier stages, like, there's a reason why he's the alpha male and there's alpha dog, and there's a reason why this whole genre of giveaways and stuff is kind of dying out, because he's done it so well that no one else is going to really be able to top him or match him.
100%.
So he's kind of almost got the monopoly on that sort of genre.
Yeah.
Because you're right, they're not the same anymore because they're not on his level.
Yeah.
So,
and I think like, to be that good and to be that humble is insane. Like, he doesn't drive a fancy car. He doesn't have a huge house. What he wants to do is like earn heaps of money and give it away. And I understand people having problems with like him recording, giving away stuff. I can understand having problems with that. But at the same time, I go, well, if he doesn't record it, he can't then make more money. And it's this knock-on effect that like, if he continues to make this money, he can continue to do good with it. And I think like one of the things that I've heard is good things happen when good people earn good money. And I feel like he's a good person earning good money, giving it away. Because like I said, he doesn't drive a fancy car. He lives in a reasonably normal house in his hometown, still in his hometown. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
So
not many people like him. It's just crazy.
You looked like you had something to say.
I did. That's exactly what happened.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. I kind of lost it. Yeah. But this always frustrates me. I did.
Did you? I believe in you, Josh. You got this. You got this.
I'm not good on the spot.
You're not good on the spot? That's all right. We'll move on. Yeah. I hate driving in Sydney. I'm just going to put it
Who doesn't?
Like, true, but heaps of people don't live in Sydney. So,
okay, yeah,
let me put this in perspective for you. You want to go into the city. You're like, let's go into the city for, I don't know. Let's go for a ferry ride, because that's something people do these days. You drive into the city. Usually you'd think, you drive into the city, you pay for parking, because you've always got to pay for parking in cities. It's stupid. Josh and I live in the suburbs. It takes forever to get into the city, but once you are in the city, oh my days, I hate it. You drive, and you're like, oh, I'll turn left here. Next thing you know, you got 3 lanes of oncoming traffic because you've turned down a one-way bus-only street. That's what the Sydney city is. And then Google Maps doesn't work in the city as well because of all the buildings.
Oh, really?
You haven't noticed that?
To be honest, it's funny. I don't really drive in the city.
Really?
I catch the train.
Yeah, fair.
And
that's a smart thing.
And not as much bus, but I drive past the city if I want to go camping or go up north or something.
Yeah.
But I would rather catch a train any day of the week than...
I guess also you do live near a train station.
That's true.
For me, I'm like 20 minutes from a train station, so it's kind of like, well, driving 20 minutes and spending an hour on the train, I may as well just drive. But honestly, it is the biggest pain in the butt because it's like Google Maps doesn't work, so you're trying to figure it out manually. Everything's 40 kilometers an hour. You got taxis beeping at you. Roads don't go straight. It's not like a grid like lots of other cities are. All the roads are on like weird 32-degree angles. And it's like you turn right and then left and then right. And then it's like, oh, people are walking here. Now you're driving down a tram line. It's just absolutely insane. And I think compared to other cities I've driven in, aka the Gold Coast is the only other city I've driven in. But like my family's driven in other places, and I've driven with my family in Hobart and Melbourne and Alice Springs and Darwin and Brisbane. Like all of them are so much easier. Although I
mean, there's less people.
True, there are less people. Sydney is the biggest city. Also, if you're listening to this podcast and you're not from Australia, most people don't know this. Sydney's not the capital of Australia. Do you know what the capital of Australia is? Of course you do. You went there in year 6.
It's Hobart. No. ACT, Canberra.
Canberra. Did you go there in year 6?
Yeah. Questacon and Parliament House. I think if you're Australian and you went to primary school, which most people didn't, not many people homeschooled. If you're an Australian and you went to the primary schools, I think everyone went on that trip.
I think everyone from Sydney definitely went on that trip to Canberra. I wonder if it's like baked into the curriculum. Like you have to go to Canberra.
I think you almost do.
Yeah. Because like, did you go to Parliament House?
Yep. Parliament House. Yes, War Memorial, Parliament House, and Questacon. I think every New South Wales primary school student did those things. No joke.
Did you ever go to like that little model train place?
No, I don't think
there's like a little model train place where it's like basically the Disneyland of model trains. You just walk around.
We didn't do that.
Little trains everywhere. It was like so cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I don't know. I just hate driving in Sydney. I think like, also,
I think everyone's selfish. There's a lot of selfish drivers, which can be good in a way. But I'm always someone I like to let people come in. Like I usually always let people in. And then, like, you try and do it, and they're always so pushy, and they're just...
Remember driving in Queensland? So Josh and I went to Queensland together. We drove. There's videos about that. So if you want to see the videos, they'll be linked in the description.
Self-promotion.
But, you know it. You got to promote AV Studios.
Facts, man.
No, so we drove to Queensland together, stayed a night up the coast. But literally the second we crossed the border, do you remember that?
Yeah.
How insane Queensland drivers are.
I think it's different ruling though, because a lot of my family are from Queensland.
Yeah.
And for instance, my granddad, he'll come down to Sydney to see us, and he hates driving. He just goes, "Oh, you New South Wales drivers are crazy. You're all crazy."
Yeah.
And then when we're with our mates up there driving, and they're like, "Oh, Queensland drivers are crazy. They're all nuts up here."
How many times did we get cut off?
I'd say similar to New South Wales, but
like that guy at the roundabout, a guy just like completely cut me off, and then those 2 tossers that were like almost straight racing, and then I tried to get in like in front of them. That was bad. They were just like riding my tail. That was
one was riding your tail, one was riding your blind spot.
One was riding my blind spot, and so I couldn't change. And he's like, "Oh, it was the worst."
That was pretty dodgy.
It was the worst. Speaking about cities, if you could travel to any city in Australia, where would you travel to right now, or any place in Australia actually?
It's hard because do I select one that I've already been to or one that I haven't been to?
Well, why don't you tell us about the Townsville trip? Because I was supposed to go on that trip.
Yes.
So Townsville, if you don't know, is a city. It's like a small city.
It's almost like a mix between. It's got its little city parts, but it really feels like a country sort of town.
Yeah, and that's in North Queensland.
Yes. So
tell us about that, because I was supposed to go on that trip. I ended up not going for a number of different reasons, but the aim of the trip was to go watch the Sharks Cowboys.
Yes, it
Cowboys
was.
Fan. How was it like?
And also for a bit of context, It's about a couple hours south of Cairns, just in Queensland.
Right near the Great Barrier Reef, just a little bit below the Great Barrier Reef.
It was really nice considering Sydney here, it's been raining every single day, all year this year.
I remember you FaceTimed me and it was pouring rain when I was sitting there. And you're like, look at the sun. I was like, you dropkick. You're making me so jealous. Because I think I got COVID at that time as well.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I think that was also when I got COVID. So, yeah, anyway, keep going. Sorry, I interrupted you.
And like, there's one of those moments where you just get up there. No joke, not a cloud in the sky. I didn't see one cloud the first day. And, like, just the sun and the warmth, like, you just soak it up. You're like, wow. Like, this is...
Lucky son of a guy.
Like, you didn't even have to wear a jumper, like, halfway through the day. It was sort of a little bit of chilly factor to it, but for the most part, it was hitting 20-plus degrees.
Damn.
And not much wind. So...
Yeah.
Nighttime, I actually got a little bit cool.
Okay. And how'd the game go?
Not the way I wanted. I will admit, I like the Sharks, but I hate losing to that team. They're the team I hate losing to. What?
Ref was a Sharks local?
I did say that.
Whoa.
There were some calls I didn't agree on personally. And, you can call me biased all you want, but...
you know what? I will.
Fair enough.
Biased.
But I genuinely didn't agree with some of the calls.
Yeah, fair.
That's the way the game goes.
So would you go back to Townsville?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Did you do much in the town, or it was mostly just surrounding the game and just vibing?
Something cool about it. They have the McDonald's there, because they're sponsored by the Cowboys. They have a burger there called the Cowboys Burger, which I'm assuming you can only get in Townsville. I don't know if you can get it.
That's so cool.
And I tried it. I really liked it. And also their leagues club was really nice.
Like the Cowboys League?
Yes.
Okay.
Like it had almost 2 different sorts of restaurants in there that you could pick from what you want.
That's cool.
And they had also another Cowboys Burger in there, which was...
Of course.
I had to try, you know.
I think that's the good thing about like a town that has one club where it's like, okay, pretty much everyone's going to follow this club. Let's get like around it. Because I feel like in Sydney, you know, someone will have a Bulldogs flag, someone will have a Roosters flag. And it's like you can really go for whoever you want in Sydney. Like I go for Parramatta. I don't live anywhere near Parramatta. Josh goes for North Queensland, but that's because he's a Queenslander.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so would you go back to Townsville? And like, what would you do if you went next time? Like, because there was talk about Magnetic Island potentially. Like, that was something I was really keen to do. Because you guys went to a beach there, how was the water? Did you swim?
It was really funny because the one day that we went to that sort of beach area, we tried to do a bit of fishing. That morning was the only morning that there was a bit of rain. It was overcast. It was there was wind. Yeah. By the time we packed up and left, it cleared up a little bit in the afternoon. It was a bit nicer. But every other day there was nice. That was just that one period. Yeah. So I didn't get to see the best of it, but it looked like it would have been a really nice spot if it wasn't as overcast. And but I'd love to do that again because it's winter. The fishing's not as good.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, I just really enjoy the atmosphere up there. Okay. It's really nice. It's a lot different to obviously like a Sydney, you'd say, but it's just like, it's kind of like a friendly atmosphere. Like it's like you get that country town vibe. Like
country towns are cool, dude. Like, yeah, I feel like country towns are really. They're some of the places I've had the best, like memories. So like I went to the Northern Territory when I was younger, and there's this town, and it's actually like really big on the map. So on the map, it's like written really big, but there's a pub, there's a petrol station, there's a campground, and there's about 10 houses. And that's all there is. And it's huge on the map. Yeah. It's called, what's it called? I think it's called Daily Waters. Oh, yeah. And it's like some of the best memories. We were playing handball in the middle of the road in Daily Waters. And it's like this huge town on the map. And it's just like, realistically, it's this tiny town that we can play handball in. So I think country towns are really cool. Back to my original question, if you could go anywhere in Australia, where would you go? Do you want me to answer first?
Yes.
Okay. I would probably either do the Great Ocean Road or go Perth to Broome. Okay. Because I've already done pretty much from like Brisbane all the way down the east coast and Tasmania, I would really like to do sort of that lower bit of between sort of Melbourne and Adelaide. That seems really, really cool and really, really pretty. Or Perth to Broome just seems like a really nice drive. And it seems like there'd be a lot of different stuff out there. Because like the Northern Territory was so different to what we have here on the East Coast. I feel like it'd be really cool to see what that west coast is actually like, and you know, go swimming with great white sharks. I really want to do like a shark tour where you go diving with sharks a number of days. That seems really cool. But yeah, they're my two. What do you reckon?
To be honest, I don't really like going south as much. Like, it's not that I don't like. I go,
Yeah.
But I just love the sun. I love the heat. I don't love the cold weather as much. Yeah. And I kind of like when I went to Melbourne, I kind of found that to be what Sydney's been like this last year. I just love Queensland. Like, I could go back to North Queensland, all through Queensland. I could do that 1,000 times. I think I'd still love it. Yeah. Probably as well. All my family's up there, so it's really nice to you know, go up and see them again, and it gives a bit of like a warmth and a welcoming.
Yeah, true.
And so yeah, I'd probably do Queensland and Western Australia. Always looks good, but those two I really like. They're probably my top two.
How about overseas?
Funny enough,
unlimited budgets.
Yeah.
Like, thinking completely hypothetically, unlimited budgets, no COVID crap. Like,
oh yeah,
just go wherever you want.
I want to go to Varna in Bulgaria.
Okay.
And travel Bulgaria a bit because that is where my papa's from. Yeah. And it's, you know, it's got a bit of, I've got a bit of like culture and identity with that sort of thing. Like, I know it's only one grandparent, but you know, that person's special to me, and that's kind of like what their identity kind of was, like where they're from.
Definitely. And I think like looking into that will really teach you a lot about yourself, and like, I feel like you'll find a lot of things over there that you'll really resonate with, and like foods that you'll love, and parts of the culture that you'll love, and even places. Like, I feel like that's definitely cool to do. And I also want to go to Italy. Because I do have an Italian passport. I'm an Italian passport. I'm basically fully Italian.
Okay, when have I ever said that?
Never. You've never said that.
Because I am probably like 2% Italian. No, I'm kidding. It's like my it's very low though. It's some weird rule that basically allowed me to get it, but it's my grandma's dad, whose name was Luigi. What a name. Luigi. Yeah, he was. So that's also part of like, it doesn't feel as much as Bulgaria, but it's still really cool, and also I got a passport there. So it's like cool to travel. You just want to flex that passport. I know I sound like you just want to flex that passport. Yeah. Let's be honest. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, no. Don't hate me. It's all good. I'm gonna get ripped hard in the comments. Aidan was such a terrible Josh. No, you weren't. You sound like I just sound like I'm flexing. I've already mentioned that I have it twice. I should have only mentioned it once. I'm just proving your point right at this point. True. America as well. I like America. Yeah. Whereabouts in America? Florida. Okay. I like that area. I have no desire to go to Florida. Really? Yeah, I just don't want to. Like, no desire. Maybe weather-wise. Yeah, but yeah, continue. Like, I want to. But probably like Chicago, New York, California, because I go for the Bulls. So I do want to go see a Bulls game. I also go for the Dallas Cowboys, so that'd be cool to see a game there. Yeah, fair. Chicago, I'd go to Chicago. I really want to go to Chicago. I watched Chicago Fire and Chicago Med. It's just, if any of you guys watched either of those, you're the best. Would you go to like sort of middle of America? In a sense of like middle of the United States, not middle of the Americas. I don't know. Like, it depends what's there. Like, I'm kind of just listing like the major places that are kind of... Yeah, definitely. So at this point, I mean, if I had a limited budget, I'd go everywhere, but... And unlimited time, Unlimited time, But, And then America, and then the last place would probably be... I thought I had a place, but maybe I don't. New Zealand. Yeah, okay. New Zealand looks really beautiful. Yeah. We'll get back to New Zealand in a little bit. There's some interesting things I want to talk about in New Zealand. Stick around for that. Make sure you do. It's actually really interesting. I'm not just saying that to keep you here for attention. We're giving you consent. It's optional. It's optional. You have consent. You're allowed to do what you want, but you better freaking stay. For me, I would go... I really want a van life from the top of Canada to the bottom of South America. That'd be so awesome to do. I watched some YouTubers do like from Texas all the way down, and just South America seems so cool, like such a cool place to travel to. I also would love to travel the Baja Peninsula, which is, you know where Los Angeles is? Yeah.
It's like just below Los Angeles in Mexico. So it's like this little peninsula that comes down like this. So here's Los Angeles, here's normal Mexico, and there's this little peninsula that comes down, and the beaches just look amazing. I really want to go there, surf all the way down there, and then like, because on one side there's like a bay, on the other side it's obviously the ocean, and the bay is just like so calm. I really want to do that. And then I also really want to travel, I think I said before, Chicago.
Yep.
And just like traveling Australia and Japan. I was supposed to go to Japan in 2020. Got cancelled because of COVID. Honestly, I don't think I was going to make it money-wise. Like, we were doing shoestring budget. We were trying to do 3 weeks on $3,000.
And flights included and hotels.
Included and hotels.
Boy, you're going to be homeless.
Yeah. We were like staying in capsule hotels, like $16 a night sort of things. Like,
oh boy,
dodgy as.
Family thing, or like you had some friends?
No, with a couple of boys.
Okay.
And they wanted to ski as well. I didn't want to ski because I knew my body wouldn't cope with it. But we're going to go Tokyo, Osaka, Hiroshima, back to Osaka. The boys were going to go skiing up in, I forget where the ski fields are, and then I was going to go back to Tokyo, but it was just, it wouldn't have happened, like, let's be real. So
might have to do some busking over there or something like that. Earn some money.
Just have to sell feet pics on OnlyFans.
That's something my mom's always like to me. She's like, if you go overseas for 6 months, you can get a bartender's thing. And I'm like, I don't know if I really want to do that.
I was always told, become a bartender. You can work wherever. I'm like, I don't really want to be a bartender.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
although I am a barista, so I could do that anywhere. You know,
knowing me, I'll make it, and they're like, it's too wrong. It's too wrong. I do it again. It's too wrong. It's too wrong. How about you come and make it? Because I clearly don't know how to make it.
Yeah, I screwed up a coffee the other week at Donut King. This guy asked for half strength, and I knew as soon as I handed it to him, it wasn't half strength. And he's a customer I get on well with. Yeah. So I told him, like, come back and tell me what you think of it. And as soon as I gave it to him, I was like, no, it wasn't half strength. But I thought I'd just give it to him and, like, see if he noticed. And he came back, it was like, it was way too strong. I was like, ah, damn it, I'm so sorry. And so I told him I'd make it better next time. Okay, last thing I want to talk about is, which I said we'd get to, is about New Zealand. So recently they've discovered an 8th continent under New Zealand. Now, continents are like basically a big rock formation. And it's called Zealandia. It looks freaking awesome, but it's all under the sea.
Which I don't get. How can it be a continent if it's not on land?
Neither do I. I don't understand it. But it leads me into something. What would it be like if we lived under the sea? In a sense of, like, if we could create like a air bubble that's completely airtight, that we can live under the sea.
Minecraft style.
Yeah. But, like, you know, and you go out and you swim to someone else. Like, how cool would that be?
It'd be cool.
Yeah, would you do
I feel like it'd have more complications than,
true.
than solutions.
True. So you like spearfishing and snorkeling and stuff, yeah? There's a 30-minute time limit to the A7 II. So I had to just quickly change that. So what were we talking about? Oh, scuba license. Would you ever get a scuba license? And if so, do you reckon it would be cool if you could, like, scuba and see the continent of Zealandia?
Yeah, it'd be cool. To be honest, I think it's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
And
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But scuba's always like pretty cool.
Yeah.
I haven't really done much like spearfishing or anything like diving like that in a while because I don't know. I just weather.
Yeah, true. True. Do you get afraid of sharks much?
Yeah, to be honest, at my work, I got shown a video of a guy getting eaten by a shark.
Oh my gosh.
Like literally, the day after it happened, there was that massive.
Yeah.
And we got a model of a like 3.2 meter shark with the real teeth in it in our work.
Yeah.
And
Fergo's tackle world.
Yeah,
We've got it out there in the world. Now I can make jokes about Fergo's on the podcast.
You can. And it was like around the same size, coincidentally, as the shark that ate this guy.
Oh my god.
But we had like guys coming into the work and going like, "Oi, come and look at this video. Have you seen the video?" And it's just like, no. And they just show you it, and it's just, let's not get desensitized, but it's pulled me off, to be honest, a little bit in the diving.
I was watching some stuff because you and I have a shark band, obviously.
Yeah.
We have like those ones that attach to our legs. And I was watching something on that, and it was just like, how untested the technology really is. And like,
Oh, really?
like the shark bans, they do work, but they're not like foolproof.
Oh no, they're not. Like
And
this is what they told me.
Yeah.
That shark was literally like going like bang, like I don't know, like faster than anything you'll see. Like underwater,
Really?
they those 3.2 meter sharks or whatnot.
Yeah.
They go faster than a car. They go like they are fast.
Wow.
If that thing's coming at that speed, a little bit of electromagnetic is not stopping it, no matter how hard you try.
Definitely. And I feel like with sharks, my dad's always said to me, never be afraid of the shark you can see. It's the shark you can't see that you need to be afraid of, because like if you see a shark, it's not going to attack you.
Which I've actually gone snorkeling while I went spearfishing once along the coastal area.
Yeah.
And I actually saw a shark about the same size as me.
Oh my gosh.
And like I'm not going to sit here and lie. Like I looked at it. Yeah. I'm like kind of like half screaming underwater, swimming away, panicking.
Yeah.
And it's just slowly just following me, just watching me for like 5 minutes, observing me. And it just got bored of me and swam away.
Did you pull out your knife at that point?
No. It wasn't close enough where I really...
Yeah, was panicking.
I feel like it knew I was panicking.
Yeah.
But it also... I don't know what it was thinking.
Yeah.
But
All that to say, you wouldn't get your scuba license. See, I'd love to. I think it'd be really cool, but also it is expensive.
That's probably what... Like, if I had...
If you had
like you said, time and money,
yeah.
but I just feel like I don't.
Yeah, I feel like, Oh, that shark stuff's got me scared.
No.
Not scared. I think I appreciate it more when I can see underwater. Like when we've been snorkeling together, I've felt much safer. Even though it's like stressful at the time because I can see everything, I feel much safer knowing that I can see than like when I'm out surfing and I'm out the back sitting on my board and all I can see is like black below me.
Yeah,
So I think,
that's scary.
like when we have snorkeled together, like because we've snorkeled a couple of different places, I think Guatemala was definitely... I felt more safe there, even though it's more renowned for shark attacks there. I felt more safe there because I could see more. I feel like it was really, really clear and turquoise. Whereas when we went to Cronulla, I felt like that was a lot darker water, which had me a bit more scared. I don't know.
Yeah. Coincidentally, recently they found a shark at Shark Island.
Really?
Near Shark Island, yeah.
You know Mr. Arthur? Mr. Arthur was one of our teachers at school.
Yeah, yeah.
And he once was spearfishing at Shark Island, which is like an island off Cronulla here in Sydney. And obviously renowned for sharks at Shark Island. Spearfishing, he dropped a fish, fell to the ocean floor, and he was like still at the top. He was going to dive down and get it. An eel came out, grabbed the fish, but then a shark came, and the shark and the eel were fighting. So he said he just whipped out his knife and swam out of there as quickly as he could. Because he was like literally watched an eel and a shark fight over a fish. It was insane.
It's like the guy who I know who I go spearfishing with, who taught me all this stuff. He told me at Shark Island he speared a big kingfish.
Oh my god.
And 2 sharks came up and they wanted it. And he got the kingfish, put it around his chest, held it there, and the sharks followed him all the way back to when, as soon as he stood up, like he went probably about pretty shallow, stood up, the sharks like got scared and swam off. But they followed him all the way back.
As if you wouldn't just like...
No, he kept it. He brought it all... He said, you want to fight me? Come fight me, type of energy.
Gosh, as if you wouldn't like cut the fish in half and just go, here you go.
He didn't, bro. He's not scared of sharks. He swam in the water for... Like, he used to be an abalone diver in South Africa. He's South African. Okay. He swam in the water for 30, 40 years probably, at least.
Wow.
And he says to me, I'm not scared of the sharks at all.
Wow.
I've never had an encounter all these times. He did tell me one time, though, when he was underwater, a big stingray came over his head.
Oh my gosh.
And he thought it was a great white, and he thought it was the end of him.
Oh my god.
He was at the bottom, he told me. He saw it come over, he looked up, he was like, oh, it's a great white, I'm dead. And then he realised it was only a stingray.
Wow, that's incredible. Rip Steve Irwin.
Yeah, he's got some good stories.
Yeah. On that note, with good old Steve Irwin, we're going to leave it here for today. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. If you like the podcast, make sure you hit it up in the comments. That's all we ask you. Thanks very much. See you later.